Steve Andrews is giving a voice to the voiceless and taking the powerful to task. Now, a Target 8 investigation.
Did the state of Florida let down one of its firefighters, and did that contribute to a suicide? His family thinks so, and so does the state fire marshal.
Yeah, 2 weeks after we first told you that here in Florida, workers' compensation does not cover mental health injuries that first responders suffer from their work. Target 8 senior investigator Steve Andrews tells us the effort to change that is catching fire, but there's a little hiccup in this, isn't there, Steve?
Yeah, a little bit. But first, imagine what first responders see close up. I mean, carnage at the Pulse nightclub, charred remains and wrong-way crashes. The fire marshal was in Tampa today, drumming up support to help those who help us. The smiles on his face hid the demons haunting Tampa firefighter Steve Ledoux. Like other first responders, Steve Ledoux witnessed countless horrendous scenes at fires, traffic accidents, shootings, and medical traumas. His sister, Megan Vila.
What my brother saw, he could never unsee.
Like some, Steve Ledoux self-medicated with alcohol. Like hundreds of other firefighters, he ended his life. From 2014 to 16, 270 firefighters died in the line of duty. 379 committed suicide.
If we could save one life, you know, my brother's life meant something.
In Florida, unless a physical injury to first responders accompanies post-traumatic stress, workers' compensation won't pick up the cost for mental health treatment. State Fire Marshal Jimmy Petronas told local firefighters he's working to change that.
It's a change that shows that we care most about those that give of themselves selflessly every time we dial 911.
In addition, the fire marshal is pushing to make certain cancers presumptive to firefighting and therefore covered under workers' comp. 2 bills are now before the legislature that will provide first responders workers' comp benefits for mental or nervous injuries, regardless of whether they're physically injured. Megan is a driving force behind the proposed change.
My brother was my hero the day he stepped forward and said, I have a problem. And I applaud the very brave first responders who share their own stories of mental injury.
Megan Vila vows to work at changing state law to protect the men and women who are our state's greatest asset. Conspicuously absent from today's rally at the Firefighting Museum, Tampa Fire Rescue Chief Thomas Forward, as well as any uniformed members of Tampa Fire Rescue. A department spokesman, Jason Penny, told me this is legislation. This legislation is a political issue. The department will not take a stand on this. Now, if I sat here and named all the political issues that the city of Tampa and the mayor took stand on, I'd take up the rest of the news.
But not this one.
Not this one,
right, because it seems like a health and safety issue, not a political issue.
You know what it is? A money issue. It boils down to city and county governments might end up paying higher workers' comp premiums, but what value do you put on the life of a first responder? And Jimmy Petronas said basically for those who weren't at the table today, we'll get it done without you.
Interesting. Yeah, another program that could be beneficial, but if somebody takes advantage of it, they're always worried about the money.
Absolutely.
Money.
Yep.
All right, if you have a problem that you want Steve to investigate, you can call him. There's his Target 8 helpline. The telephone number, 1-800-338-0808.